Hello friends, I am Shinde. Previous lecture we shall discuss about the meristem, means the types of meristem and their functions. Now in this video we shall discuss about the types of meristem and their criteria. Some criteria is used for the classification of the meristem. Now the first of all discuss the tissue. Now this tissue means it is a group of cells and performing the similar function. Now this one of the tissue means there are specific function and there are so many tissues are found in the plant body. Now and their structure means the anatomy. The important term is anatomy. This anatomy means the study of internal structure of a plant, some tissues. Now the first of all discuss about these plant tissues. There are two types of the tissues, the meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Now this difference between these two tissues is very important. Now the first one, meristematic tissue. Now this meristematic tissue is present in the growing region of the plant body, and this meristematic region or this meristematic tissue, it is the capable for the cell division. Means these cells, they are important for the cell division, means the capacity of this tissue, it is a division, means cell division is takes place with the help of this meristematic tissue. And now the next one type of the tissue, it is a permanent tissue. Now this permanent tissue, it is a mature cells. Now this mature cells, it is incapable for the cell division. Means this tissue, it is not divided or they cannot take place the cell division. Means they are incapable, means they do not produce the cell division. Now this is important for this permanent tissue. They are maturely present, mature cells, they are found in the plant body, but these cells, they do not divided. These cells are do not the cell division. In the permanent tissue, for example, these tissues like the parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma, this type of the tissue, it is not divided, which particular cells are formed and later they can perform the function. Or also another tissues like the xylem and phloem. Now this xylem, it is the most important tissue, and this tissue is performing, it is a provide or it conduct the water from the plant body. And this another tissue like the phloem. Now this phloem, it is very important, another permanent tissue, and this tissue, it is most important for the conduction of the food for all part of the plant body. Now first of all discuss the meristematic tissue. Now this meristematic tissue, it is important for the cell division. Now this classification. Now this meristem, this meristematic tissue is very important, and this meristematic tissue, they are used some criteria for the classification. Now this first one criteria is used for the classification of meristem. It is the origin. Another one criteria is the position, and third one criteria is the function of the meristem. Now the first one, origin. Now this criteria, meristem is classified on the origin, and these are the three types of the origin of the meristem. Now the first one, promeristem. Second type, primary meristem, and third one, primary meristem, and third type is a secondary meristem. According to the one of the first criteria is used for the origin. This meristem is originated through this point, means they can classify to three types of the origin. Now the first one, promeristem. Now this meristematic tissue, they can originated in the embryonic cells, means promeristem, or it is also called the primordial meristem. Now this meristem, it is found in the embryonic cell division. With this meristem, you know the meristem, and they can classify the criteria of the origin of the meristem because these cells are divided. Means this firstly, this meristem, it is found in the embryonic region of the cell, and this type of the meristem, it is called the promeristem. Now the second type of the meristem, it is a primary meristem. This meristem, it is very important for the growth of the plant body. Means this meristematic tissue later present in the embryonic stage development, this primary meristem is found, and it is very important for the growth of the plant body. Now the third criteria means the origin of this meristem from the secondary meristem. This primary, after the primary meristem, secondary meristem is formed, and this secondary meristem is most important or responsible for the secondary growth. First of all, discuss the secondary growth. You know the secondary growth of the plant body means secondary growth is most important characteristics of plant. Secondary growth. In many dicot plants, the secondary growth is present or secondary growth is takes place. But in monocot plants, they cannot develop the secondary growth. Means secondary growth is absent. It is the most important characteristic feature of the dicot plants. The secondary meristem is very important or responsible for the secondary growth. The first of all, secondary growth. Secondary growth means the formation of the vascular bundles. And now these vascular bundles, they can present this type of the tissues like the xylem, phloem, and middle part or middle tissue, it is a cambium. This cambium. And the secondary growth is present in some plants, in dicot plant. That time the cambium is found in these vascular bundles. And this cambium rings is present in this vascular bundle, and this is called the secondary growth. But in monocot plants, only the xylem and phloem is present and cambium is absent, and that's why secondary growth is absent in the monocot plants. And dicot plant, the secondary growth takes place because the presence of the cambium. Now this origin of this meristem is classified into these three types, because these three types, the promeristem, it is present in the embryonic stage. Secondary meristem is most important function for the growth of plants. And third important meristem, the secondary meristem, it is responsible for the secondary growth of the plants. Now the next point or next type of the meristem, according to the criteria is used for this classification, position of the meristem in the plant body. There are three types of the meristem. So the apical meristem is the first type according to the position of the meristem. Second type, intercalary meristem, and third type is the lateral meristem. These are the three types of the meristem according to the position. And third criteria is used for this classification. The meristem is classified on their functions, with the specific function of this meristem, and also this meristem is classified on the basis of their function. First of all, discuss the point, the position of meristem. The type of meristem according to the position, or this important criteria is used for the classification of this meristem, the position of meristem in the plant body. Now the first one, apical meristem. Now this position of meristem in plant body, position. This diagram showing the meristem is found in plant body. This is the first region of meristem. It is the apical meristem. It is present in this region. It is a apical meristem. This internodal region, this is present the intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem. The first one, apical meristem. Intercalary meristem, and the root and stem, this side of the root and stem, this meristem is found, and this meristem is called the lateral meristem. Lateral meristem. This classification of meristem, some criteria is used for the classification according to the position. There are three types of the meristem: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. The first one type is the apical meristem. Now this apical meristem, it is present at the apices or apical region. This position of this meristem is found in the apical region. Apical meristem. This is the position of this apical meristem. Now this apical meristem is originated, or it is present in the root tip or shoot tip. It is present at the tip region, tip of roots and tip of shoot. It is a two important region, location of this particular meristem, the apical meristem. It is present at the region of the root tip and shoot tips. Now the structure of the shoot tip is another position of this one, root tips. The root tips, this apical meristem is found. Means this first one tissue is apical meristem. Position of plant body of the apical meristem at the region of the growing region, means the root tip as well as the shoot tips, and this part is very important for the plant body because in this part the cell division takes place. Now this one cell is divided into two daughter cells, means the formation of many cells, means group of cells is formed, and this group of cell is called the tissue. Now this apical meristem, this position of the apical meristem is present in this region at the tip region of the root and the tip region of the root, shoot and root, means this two important part of plant body is a growing region, means the mitotic cell division. This one of the important cell division takes place in this part. It is a mitosis. You know the mitosis and meiosis. These two important cell divisions. Mitosis cell division, it takes place in the somatic cells or body cells, and meiosis cell division, it takes place in the reproductive cells or the reproductive part of the plant body. For example, flower. This is the reproductive structure, and meiosis process takes place in this part. And mitosis cell division. This mitosis cell division, it takes place in this growing region of the somatic cell of body cells. With the growing region like the apical meristem. Now this apical meristem, it is the most important tissue is present at the root tip of the stem and root region. Now this important function of this tissue, apical meristem, it is increase the length of the plant body. In this region, it is the most important. Apical meristem is an important function for the increases the length of the plant body. Now the second type of the tissue is a lateral or intercalary. The second type, intercalary meristem. The position of this intercalary meristem is present the internodal, means this is a node and this is a nodal region, nodes, and this part is the internodes. And this intercalary meristem is present in between the apical meristem and lateral meristem. In between these two regions, the intercalary meristem is found. In the structure of the intercalary meristem. Now this intercalary meristem, it is found at the nodal, this one part, this intercalary meristem is present. Intercalary meristem, it is important, and this tissue is found in the internodal region, in between the nodes and internodes. You know the jawar, sugarcane, these plants, the present the nodes and internode in the stem. And now this internodal region, this intercalary meristem is present. Now this intercalary meristem, it is generally, these tissue are present at the base of the leaves and internodes, at the base region. The first one, the base region of the leaves, means this is the intercalary meristem is found and is a leaf region. And now this base of the leaves in monocot, many monocot plants, these leaves means the basal region of this leaf, this intercalary meristem is found. Now this, it is a help for the growth of the branches and leaves. Means the intercalary meristem is most important function for the growth of the leaves as well as the branches of the leaves. This is an important function of the intercalary meristem. The position of the intercalary meristem is present. It is found in the nodes and internodal region. Between these two regions, this intercalary meristem is present. Now the third type, next one type of the meristem is a lateral meristem. Third meristem, the lateral meristem. According to the position of the meristem, is classified three types. The first one apical, second intercalary, and third types the lateral meristem. This lateral meristem, it is present at the side of the stem and roots, sides of the stem and root regions. Now this lateral meristem, this meristem, it is present at the side of the stem and the root region. Her function of this meristem, this cambium is most important role. The cambium is present because the secondary growth takes place in the plant body. And this lateral meristem, it is found in this region, side of the root and shoot. But this region, it is very important because present the cork cells. In this region present the cork cambium cells, and these cells in this region, lateral meristem, is present the bark of this stem region or root region. Means it is a protective function. It's the most important function for the protection. Now this cambium of the stem and root, this region, the lateral meristem is found. The structure of this meristem. Now this structure of this meristem is found in the, this is a vascular bundles, and found the middle portion present the cambiums. This lateral meristem present at the side of the stem and root. Now this is the other cells like the cortex. This tissue, this is a vascular bundles, and these vascular bundles present the xylem, phloem, and middle portion, this is a cambium. But in this middle portion, this mid portion, intrafascicular cambium, is also found. This is a intrafascicular cambium. Intrafascicular cambium. This lateral meristem, this is the position of the lateral meristem in the plant body at the cambium region of the root and shoots. Now this cambium is most important, or this location of the lateral meristem, it is found in this cambium region, or also interfascicular, in between this bundle, means fascicular bundle, this interfascicular cambium is present. Now this most important function of this lateral tissue, it is present in the bark cell. Now these are the three types of the meristems. This meristem, according to the criteria, is used for the classification of meristem according to the position. Means this position of meristem is found in plant body. There is a apical, intercalary and lateral meristem. And this most important for the apical meristem, for the, this is a growing region of stems and roots, and this region, this meristematic tissues is present. Now in this video we shall discuss about the criteria is used for the classification of meristem. The first one criteria is used for the origin of this meristem, and there are three types of the meristem, like the primordial meristem, primary meristem and secondary meristem. And second criteria is according to the position of meristem in the plant body, it is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem.